Hi, everybody, and welcome again to the REI Foundation podcast with Jason Peely. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everyone.
This
How's everyone
is-
doing today?
This is
Well, Friday. Yes, it is.
Foundation Inspection Friday.
There we go. There we go.
A little tongue-tied this morning.
Yes. So today we're going to talk about how to set your outcome and some things you can do to create your outcome and find where you want to be and how you're going to create your journey to get there. And one thing that we have and do is create a vision board. And that vision board allows us to mentally see what we want to achieve. And a vision board can change, it can adapt as you reach these goals over years. Ideally, you may have personal, financial, spiritual goals that all come into place. It can show where you want to be, where you want to live. Could be as simple as what kind of car you want to have. It could be a picture of your family because you want to spend more time with your family. But each of these pictures should be significant because they should provide you with clarity of where you want to be in the future.
Well, also, in accompanying your vision board, you can try visualizations every morning. So after I do my affirmations, which is usually an I am statement regarding how I feel this morning or what I feel that I should be, I think about my goals. So in the morning, try and visualize what will happen if you reach the goals that you set out for yourself. So one of my goals and one of Jason's goals is to every day better ourselves. So who is that better version of yourself? See that better version of yourself. Imagine that better version of yourself in your mind's eye. Imagine that better version of yourself playing with your children, having the time. What do you need to do to get there? Imagine that better version of yourself going to, if you have a job, or going into your office, or picking up your next real estate venture, or imagine the best version of yourself and get emotional about it. I mean, don't fake it, but like actually feel the feelings that you would have getting there and get excited about it. Because the more excited and the more emotional you get about your visualizations, the more it becomes a part of you.
Yeah, we had Svay Pavich on yesterday.
Yes.
Podcast will be out a couple weeks, and he had an amazing story where he had recently, at the age of 29, amassed just a amazing real estate portfolio where he was able to quit his job. And that was something that was on his point. He had a job which was a dream job for many, but it wasn't fulfilling to him. And he had his sights on basically he has a baby on the way,
Yes.
New wife, and he wants to spend time with his family and be able to travel. And that was his two big needs and wants. And for those needs and wants, he had constructed what was the path that it was going to be to get him there. And while his job was, he had worked in IT, was desirable, it wasn't fulfilling for him. And ultimately, it wasn't going to allow him to reach his big goals. So how could he reach these big goals? He had set his mind on creating new venture. And that new venture was something called rental hacking that you'll hear him talk more about, where he's able to basically supplant his income by covering all his expenses through real estate that he's created, and also good cash flow to fund his needs going forward. And from there, he quit his job. So.
An amazing story. We also taped a show with Justin Colby. An amazing story. He had nothing after the crash and built himself up.
Well, he had everything, then he had nothing. Yes. And then at that point had to find his way back.
Exactly. And I mean, we all know what happened after the crash. I mean, we all felt it, no matter what station in life we're in. But he was explaining his morning routine, and one of his morning routines is he jumps out of bed, grounds himself, and he calls it getting grounded and getting into the earth's energy. And he says his prayers, he thinks about his goals for the day, and he thinks about the things that he's grateful for. Everything that he thinks about in the morning, it changes, but it's all positive, it's all grounding. And I love that idea of grounding yourself into your outcome.
he had already created his needs and his wants, and his desires were so strong that even though he was at what possibly could be one of the lowest points or lowest point in his life at that time, he already knew that he was going to be where he wanted to be because his mind was already set on getting there.
So recap: visualize, conceptualize, and get it. But get emotional and get thrilled. If you're not excited about what you're doing, then you're obviously doing the wrong thing. Be excited. Visualize your goals and get them. Well, this is the REI Foundation podcast with Jason and Peely. Foundation Inspection Friday. Didn't mess it up this time.
Made it just in time for the weekend.
Thank you so very much for listening. We are so grateful for you. Bye now.
Bye.